Okay, we're gonna do this again. So this has been, I'm gonna call it a comedy of errors because, gosh, why not? So I did my kitchen show today and I finished the breakfast part and I started feeling a little odd. So I just had one guest on and she had to leave soon anyway. And so I paused it and I went and laid down for about 15, 20 minutes. I felt much better. I have no idea. I'm assuming I did not drink enough water today. I also know I hadn't eaten. So that might have something to do with it. But I often, and I shouldn't do that, just get caught up in the day and then don't eat. Anyway, so I had some of my food. So I went back and just did a recording of everything else and actually discovered that at some point in time I put my phone on mute. And then so I unmuted it, finished the recording, and then I was just looking at the recording from Zoom, and the only thing that shows up is because I use my phone as a microphone because the microphone in my computer isn't working. So the only thing that showed up, it just says Z Fold. So nothing from my camera on my computer showed up. And I even checked to make sure it was in gallery view. I tested it. I don't know, I guess I have to talk to Zoom about that. Anyway, all that to share with you that I'm just going to do this little recording here on my phone and show you what we made, because that's kind of all I can do at this point. If you have the recipes, you can see how to do that. I will show you, because now we have one of the ideas was to talk about being prepared. And so my grandson was my sous chef. And so we made these smoothies. Part of the reason this is such a brilliant green is because of the protein powder I use, which has wonderful things in it like spirulina and wheatgrass juice and stuff like that. And I had leafy greens for part of my dinner. Anyway, so one of the things that we spoke about on that is, this is one recipe. So as Jen, and it used cantaloupe. And Jen was like, well, you talk about substituting. Can I use something else other than the cantaloupe? Sure. She loves honeydew. Go use honeydew. The other thing with breakfast, so I'm a breakfast person. It's not that I don't intermittent fast, but I don't usually eat a big dinner. And so my intermittent fasting is more from the afternoon, evening through the morning. I need breakfast. So that's why the smoothies, that's what works for me. You have to decide what works for you and your body. Have that conversation with it. But the other piece of that is rotated. So many times we're so busy, so caught up in things that we just make the same thing every day, the same smoothie, whatever. And so rotation is really important. So even if you have a smoothie one day and maybe some oatmeal or chia porridge another day, maybe something with eggs the next day, don't make the same dish. Don't make the same smoothie. Don't make the same hot porridge, whatever. Don't make the same egg dish. Rotate different ingredients. Your body needs that diversity to develop a healthy, well-rounded microbiome. So that was one of the things we discussed. And again, use what works for you. So my smoothie in there, it had a frozen banana, and then we had avocado, some coconut milk, the cantaloupe, obviously, just a few other things like that. If you don't do well with any of those, like if bananas raise your blood sugar too high, don't use it. You don't need to use it. If you want to put in some nuts or cashews, if you feel you need that for extra creaminess, go ahead and do that. Do what works for you. For the lunch, now the lunch I still have, because we have a busy day tomorrow. And so we're going to be, I'm going to be bringing this. So let's see if I can do this here. I'm not seeing how to do it, to reverse it. So anyway, this is the salad I made. Can you see there? There we go. And so that has romaine and green apples and celery and carrots and green onions and what else? Oh, some, what kind of beans were those? Oh yeah, Great Northern beans. Let's see, what else did I put in there? I used goat cheese and let's see, green apples. Anyway, so it's this nice, lovely salad. And then I made this dressing. You can see from the color of the dressing here, it has blackberries in it. Again, you don't like blackberries, don't use them. Here's the jar. I put some already in the salad, just a little bit, but so that's what that is. That'll last for about a week. Well, it really won't, because I'm sure I'll use it before then. But that had, the olive oil and balsamic vinegar and garlic. And honestly, it is amazing. I know people just rave about ranch dressing, and this is way better than ranch dressing. So get a hold of that recipe. Making homemade dressings, I feel, is so much nicer, so much easier. It's more economical because you don't have this huge bottle of salad dressing sitting around wondering what to do with it. And then, so that's ready for tomorrow. And there's enough in there. It might last a day or two, depending upon what this weekend is all about. It is Memorial Day weekend. That's also a really nice dish that you can bring to a picnic or a potluck or something like that. And then the last thing I made was another vegetable dish. So I roasted, can you see it? I'm not so good at this. There we go. Some, so we've got cauliflower, onions, green peppers, and chickpeas. And I roasted that in a combination of coconut oil and lemon juice. And then the original recipe calls for harissa spice, but I didn't have that. I did have sumac. So I sprinkled a little of that on. I didn't heavily spice it because my husband is not a spicy person, so to speak. And so I probably put about a teaspoon and a half on there. And then I can just do it myself afterwards. I have a little bit of the leftovers because I didn't know my recording didn't go. So I had made myself some. So what I did, I usually make a big batch of rice once a week. So I had warmed up some rice, and then I put the vegetables on top of that. And then on top of that, I put, see, some of the leftover cucumbers, some mint, these really cute mini tomatoes. And what else? Oh, some tahini. I warmed up some tahini on the oven and some yogurt. And it's like a tabbouleh type salad. Again, if brown rice does not work for you, don't use it. You can use quinoa. You can do cauliflower rice, or you can use zoodles instead if you want to. Whatever works for you. This is simply to give you an idea. You see, I still have that. Anyway, you see those journal prompts for a conversation or things to write. That's what this is. It's just a template. Get you thinking about, what can I eat that my body wants and is good for it? Gives it some good fuel, premium grade. So anyway, I'm really sorry about this. More for me to do, or maybe I should just fix the microphone on my computer. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I was disappointed, but I didn't dwell on it, and we move on. Next month is another month. I'll try this again and see what happens. So if you have suggestions, please let me know. If you have questions, let me know about that as well, because I want to make sure that I'm here to help you with this. Again, last month theme was all about self-love, and self-love is making sure you're hydrated, point in case, making sure you're well fed and nourished, point in case, so you feel good, so you have the energy you need to do whatever you need to do, and find the foods that are good for you. Not just have them in your refrigerator and then you realize, oh, they went bad, or in your pantry or wherever, but actually prep them, have them ready, deliver them to your body so that you can show your own body self-love. And then this month, the theme is on morning habits. Well, if you want to make a smoothie or whatever it is you want to make, maybe chop up the fruits or whatever you want to put in there, even the greens, have them in little baggies. You can make up little smoothie baggies with all the ingredients in it. And then you just have to throw it in your blender with some liquid if it's needed, any other powders or supplements you want to put in there. And it's so much less time, so much better for you. You can actually make your smoothies ahead of time. And if you have enough time, you can put them in the refrigerator. And what I mean by enough time is like you're not going to let them sit there for days and days. If you think that you will, then put them in the freezer. Make sure you have a little bit of room up at the top, so when you thaw it has room for the expansion. There are so many ways that you can spend an hour or two on a weekend, and that would include cleanup time, and prepare foods that show you love you. We're so good at showing everybody else that we love and care for them. And there can be some resistance. So as you do this, even if you're preparing one thing, feel into that and see, how does this feel to do it? And just have that conversation with yourself. And then with lunch, we talked about how, we talk about morning habits and think about breakfast, but we don't think about the other meals. But they can be a part of your morning habits. Take your lunch to work. Don't rely on the cafeteria or going out somewhere or the vending machine. And that's, again, part of your morning routine. And again, if you've meal prepped, all you have to do is throw a few things together and then there it is. It's less money, it's less time, and it's so much better for you. And then if you have everything ready for dinner, for supper, then you come home and you're not like, oh man, now what do I make? You've got everything ready, and you just have to pull it out from wherever it is, and it's done. And again, if you do meal prep, then you've already done all the messy, dishy cleanup type stuff. So you get to spend more time doing what you want with who you want, those people that you love the most, and have fun. It's like, great, we ate, had a great meal. I feel good. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a bike ride. Let's get together with some friends, family, whatever. And it brings so much happiness and joy into your life. Anyway, I again apologize. And if you have any questions, just let me know. All right. Take care. Bye.